guys, welcome back to another episode of Peaceful Harvest, and today I'm going to start off with something that you might not be super thrilled about, but maybe you will be, because you know what, I decided, villagers, who cares about villagers? Not me. No, not me at all. So, I decided to just skip the whole villager thing. At the end of the last episode, you guys saw I was working on them. They're basically done. I got basically all I wanted out of them. And I got all of the netherite armor and the sweet tools. And look at this! I got an efficiency 6 from a goblin. Unbreaking 4 from an ancient tome. Fortune 4 from an ancient tome. Looting 4 from an ancient tome. Feather falling 5 from an ancient tome. Lots of ancient tomes. Thorns 4 from an ancient tome. And I think that's it. So we got a bunch of really good stuff. And all of this was in an effort to make things easy. We don't need to be down here, right? Like, you guys don't care about the villager stuff, right? We just gloss over that real quick because we're going to be working on this beautiful Sadlands area. Oh, yeah, and you might be noticing, yeah, that right there. Oh, I have the beacons. It turns out that beacons are, because we're playing in pseudo peaceful mode, like, this is hard difficulty, but since mobs don't spawn, that means the wither boss also doesn't spawn. So nether stars are just craftable. Right, look at that guy. So this only cost me 5 diamonds. The blaze rods are literally nothing to get blaze powder, and then gold nuggets, like super easy. Every single one of these is a blaze rod, by the way. Like that's a blaze rod, that's a blaze rod, that's a blaze rod, that's a blaze rod. Like every piece of them becomes a blaze rod. So getting these was really easy. Oh, and the beacon, iron. We should go check on that. So right here, where I will eventually be building a shop, down here, you can see we have iron farms, 4 of them. Oh my goodness, it's full. Okay. Yeah, so because this has got to be considered in spawn because it just stays loaded. It's possible that there are other players around constantly, I guess, but I think it's more likely that this is just considered to be inside of the spawn chunks. So yeah, I'm getting effectively infinite iron, so that's not a problem. So beacon, super easy. But today, and I know you guys are wondering about it, today, at the end of last episode, we said we were going to be working on the farm, and I have something pretty special along with the farm, of course. Oh wow, these like super filled up. Oh my goodness, like completely backed up. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me deal with this real fast. Yeah, basically 7 stacks of iron blocks over one night. It's pretty insane. So yeah, let's get to work, shall we? I got something cool for us. Alright, so now that the villagers are basically done, this means we have really good tools. And that, for me, basically just means that we can, actually work on this thing, get it terraformed. Lots of digging, lots of block placing. There's really not a whole lot to say. Now, I'm not one of those people that particularly enjoys when you're watching a Minecraft video and the person's just like, okay, we need to do X, Y, and Z, and then there's a quick cut, and then all of a sudden X, Y, and Z are totally done. I've done it myself. I feel a little scummy when I do it, but sometimes, like right now for example, this is just like the perfect time to do that kind of cut. Like isn't that right, Mr. Lyrebird? Isn't that right? Like, do you guys really want to watch me fill this in with dirt and whatnot? As for the replay mod, I know you guys probably saw me using it for the intro of today's video, but I don't like pushing that. I'm gonna keep trying to use it, but I don't want to push it too much, because it is quite intensive on my computer for some reason. I think it's just all the mods. There's just a lot of mods. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do my best to fill this in. There'll probably be some terraforming done, if not most of the terraforming, if I'm being totally honest. Unless there's something interesting, I will see you guys when we have this kind of carved into shape. Look at that. Perfection. Absolute flatness. No. I'm just kidding. It's not gonna stay flat. I went ahead and I did all the grunt work. The little pond here is 100% filled in. Not just a couple of layers, all of the layers are totally filled in, and that's gonna allow us to do something with our shovel where we can start carving out sections and create our own elevation, which is gonna really add a lot to this place, I think. The only thing that I didn't do was fill in this ravine, obviously. That'd be a lot of blocks and a big waste of time. I think ultimately I'm just gonna follow the dirt line and then fill it from there. This is probably just gonna end up becoming where the path runs through, so there probably won't be a lot of elevation in here. Oh, you scared the crap out of me, Joe. Whoo, Joe, you scared me. Okay, what do you got, Joe? Do you got something? I'm breaking. Fortune 4! You're coming with me, Joe. Change of plans, guys. We're gonna get some cool stuff. Alright, you ready to find out if I can streamline this? Okay, what do we need, Joe? Oh, I did not mean to pick you up, Joe. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Joe. I do need the disc. I need a shovel, an unbreaking, a pickaxe, and a fortune. Okay. Pickaxe, shovel, fortune, unbreaking, emeralds. Okay, so we're gonna start here. We're gonna grab our emeralds. Let's first grab the books. I need to grab books too. Not very streamlined. I'm so nervous. Getting these amazing tools is amazing, of course. Fortune 3. There we go. And then we're gonna come over this guy. What do you got? You got nothing. What do you got? You got my pickaxe. Perfect. So we grab the pickaxe. And then, oh, that's right. Nobody sells a shovel. I have to make my shovels. It's the only one I don't have is the shovel. Do I already got an unbreaking one? No, I got an efficiency one. Okay. So we gotta craft this one, which is really unfortunate because the rest of it I can just buy on the cheap. Okay, got this guy, and then we're gonna come over here. We're gonna remove the enchantment. That way, Joe here will accept our trades. There we go. Ooh. And then, yes! How good! And of course, we're gonna grab the disc. Perfect, Joe. Thank you, Joe. That's mighty marvelous of you. We got a disc collection going on, and then we'll put these away. Look at that, though. We now have. I'm getting a little bit of a running collection going on. I got an unbreaking 4 and efficiency 6 of shovels and axes, and now I have my first fortune 4 on a pickaxe. Now, I'm not sure how exactly I want to do this. Obviously, I don't think I can combine these fortune 4s. Not only do I think it's probably too expensive, but I just don't think it will let me. But we can take a look. Yeah, it's not going to let me. Plus, there's, one's a diamond, one's netherite. That might have something to do with it too. Who knows? My next goal, I haven't yet gotten a duplicate tool with an enchantment. But once I do, I want to see if I can combine them. Something tells me I can't, but I want to see. And the other thing I'm going to do is, and I'm sure this is possible, is I want to make the super tools. Oh yeah, look at that. So I don't want to do it yet, but once we get enough goblins coming through, I might be able to make just like the most overpowered tools, and it's gonna be freaking fantastic. Anyway, before we got horribly distracted with sweet goblin magic, this place isn't gonna stay flat. We're gonna do some elevation, but before we can carve in the elevation, the reason I made it flat is because I want to build something out here first. I want to build a barn, and yeah, I've laid out the foundation kind of out here just so we can move it together. We need to find a place for it, and then I'm gonna mark out the perimeter of it. That way we know what area we have to work with. Yeah, it's a tiny little bit of a spoiler, what you can see in there, but I promise it looks really cool. I got a lot of inspiration from Jeracraft, but I will go more into that when we get to building it later in this episode. But I'm thinking of tucking it back in this corner, like right up against the woods, like kind of making this like a barrier of sorts. Like, I think this is good, right? We're probably, yeah, this tree, in fact, these trees shouldn't, we could even do a little overlapping like this. Because these shouldn't be coming up against anything. In fact, we could probably pull it back again. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, I could dig that. I think that's pretty cool. Let's see. Are we good everywhere else? This is actually the corner of the barn, but I think we might have to cut out a couple of those, but that's it. Maybe just those two. Yeah, should be good. That's a good spot for it. Okay, so we're going to mark out the perimeter here, and then we can get to work on the rest of it. Now I'm just gonna take the stone and I'm just gonna go all the way around it exactly as it appears, and we're gonna try to do it precisely. That way, for example, when we come up to like this corner over here, you see it dips out a little bit. We could even come up right against the fence because we'll know the exact perimeter, and that's why we're marking it out. It's gonna be really cool. I hope you guys stick around long enough to see the finished build. It's gonna be really cool. I'm really, like I said, I'm really happy with it. Got all my inspiration from Jeracraft. I think it looks really nice, and I'm not afraid to admit that it is inspired by Jeracraft. It will look a little like a Jeracraft build, but I did my own thing to it. So hopefully that'll be hunky-dory for everyone out there. I know I'm a huge advocate for people not stealing Minecraft stuff. And if you are gonna borrow or use or be inspired from, you very much so give the credit. That's why I've said Jeracraft's name, what, 4 times now? 5 times now? Jeracraft, Jeracraft, Jeracraft. Alright, let's do it. Alright, you ready? You ready? We go through the door and... ooh, you can already start to feel it coming together. Oh, it's so nice. Okay, so on the left, obviously is where we're gonna be doing our build. And so I just the barest of ways, the most minimum of ways marked roughly where the path is gonna be, and it's gonna come right up here. And I've double checked this. This is in fact where the entrance will be to this area, so perfect. It wraps around, goes the other way. It's got a nice, like, just this really lovely, soft curve to it. This nice zigzag right here. Oh, it's nice. And I decided, you know, because I'm so kind, that I will just cap it right here. We'll do like another grand arch thing situation over here. And that's to let Kafers have as much space. You know, she can come right up to the edge if she wants. You know, share the wall. She can go wrap around that way, and she can go out as far that way she wants. And yeah, the wall's really simple. It's made out of 3 core block types. Cobblestone bricks, cobblestone, and the oak leaves. And they're just in a pillar, right? There's nothing fancy on either side. It's to kind of help prevent things from being able to, mobs in general, like what we got raccoons and stuff over here, from just being able to, you know, get up and just walk over. That's what I was trying to prevent. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, you nasties over here. I don't know, but I just kind of anticipate that they're gonna be a whole bunch of thieves. So yeah, or a better safe than sorry. And then I did a little bit of elevation. I didn't want to go too crazy in elevation here. Right, we go down as low as I think this is the lowest elevation. So if we count this elevation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's it. I think it's only a 5 block elevation gap for its widest elevation. Maybe 6 on top of that, but that's a very small area, and who knows if we'll even actually have crops on it. Now, the other thing I want to do is I want to take this wall design and I want to use it to separate the crops. However, there's a lot of stuff in Pam's Harvestcraft, like a lot of stuff. And I don't know off the top of my head where do even begin to start splitting this up into sections for crops, right? Like, am I gonna have a million little things? Do I need to have a path that runs down this way with an entrance here and then another entrance here, and then I got 2 smallish areas, and on the other side there's 3 or 4 entrances? I don't know yet. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a good long look at the Pam's harvest in the JEI and kind of get a feel for what there all is and what I want, and then kind of try to come up with a rough number of how to split up this area. But in the meantime, I think we should definitely be working on this build, and I'll think of the other thing, the seeds and plants and whatnot, in the meantime. So let's work on this build. Now, I've said it a number of times already, but this build is inspired by a Jeracraft build, and I will include a link in the description down below if you want to follow the tutorial. Basically, what I did was I clicked on the video, I waited for him to go for a wide shot of the completed build, and I paused the video, and I just used the image as inspiration. Now the shapes ended up being quite similar. I tried moving the tower into a bunch of different locations, and it just doesn't look right when you move the tower out of the way like that. So unfortunately the tower ended up in the same location because it just looks the best. We got stuff on the side for a few animals, a little cover over thing. But really what I want to do with this is just kind of have the top half be like a shell, just a display. And underneath it, I want to have the actual animal farms. I'm thinking about doing an automatic chicken farm and an automatic cow farm. I think that's probably all I'm going to go automatic on. I might end up doing some sheep down there eventually just for the different wool colors. But apart from that, I don't really think there's too much that we need to actually hide under the barn. But that's primarily what it's for, is just for hiding stuff. Now, I did go through and I changed the color palette to something that I thought was a little more appropriate for the mod pack, and I think it turned out really nice. I'm very happy with it. All of the external stuff, the little shed with the hay, the gate all the way around, the little cow circle pin horse thing, like whatever that is, like that's all me, not from the original build, which you'll notice. And if you really want to get nitpicky on it, like you'll notice details around like the trim of the barn, totally different. But I had a lot of fun taking this build that he came up with and trying to do my own spin on it. Like originally the top of the tower, you'll see, had like a cap to it, like a roof section, and I just cut that off and I tried to show the guts on the inside for like how the crane might work. And I just thought that was an absolute blast to take something like that and try to transform it in a way that I thought might reflect the series a little better, but also reflects my build style a little closer. It was a lot of fun. I hope you guys check out his video too. It's an ancient video. There's a strong chance you've already seen it, but man, it looks good. Let's take a look at the inside. Yeah, it looks good. Uh-oh, Animus is gonna die. Oh, he lived, okay. Look at that! This mod pack, oh, that's so cool. Apparently if you have like a weather thing or a wind mod of some sort, that will interact with it. I like that it kind of just sways back and forth. Ah, that's really cool. Super happy with that. Don't trust the kangaroos, oh my goodness. So, this whole outside spot is totally out of my head, completely made up, and I'm happy with it. I think it looks pretty good, but if we go on the inside, I have a feeling this probably looks a little bit like Jeracraft's, just because the outside is based on his exterior. So it kind of makes the interior roughly the same shape. There's only so much you can do with it, right? But I really like this. There's just a little bit of storage. We could climb up here if we wanted to. Oh, I was supposed to replace this. Hold on, I didn't finish it. I didn't even. Oh, get out of here! Get out of here, grass. I'm like, why is there grass in here? This is supposed to be. It's supposed to be planks. There, beautiful. So this actually has access to the top. But I created another way of access, right? You see that right there, so you can get over there. So I had to be a little creative with how I built this, so I just created a little thing. Do I got stone on me by any chance? I was thinking about, ooh, maybe I don't got, yeah, I got stone. I was thinking, trying to figure out how I might put a handle on this little door. Can I, well, maybe if I just do the one. Yeah, there we go. There, it's like a little handle on the inside, right? Like, you come in, you're like, oh, the weather! Hurricane's coming! Grab the handle, close the door. But we got access to the roof, which is a unique feature. And then this is also a unique feature, being able to access this. I know for sure, like, the entire interior might actually be unique. I didn't really actually watch this video all the way through. I got these little hand crank things, which I thought were really cool. These dark oak posts really add a lot. There's even one on the far side that you can barely see right there. So it's like you come up here and you like have to manually hand crank this thing. And then we got the strip spruce in there is like kind of like the rope. So like one of these is for like turning the crane, and the other one on the other side is for like bringing the crane up and down. that's kind of like my imagination for it. I think it turned out really cool. I really enjoyed that section of it, like redoing the entire top of this thing. Now, like I said, we're probably going to end up bringing in, you know, a couple cows over here, maybe some sheep or some chickens on the other side. I think this turned out really great. I'm very excited about this. I like the differences. I recorded the bit where I said I changed the color palette, and that is technically true. The color palette, the color itself is different. I'm using the same blocks though. I ended up going with jungle and oak and spruce, and the red terracotta. The thing is he uses a texture pack, so his looks wildly different. So I put together this color palette like, yeah, this looks really good. I'm really happy with this. Woodger, you're brilliant. Only to discover that it's the same color palette. It's just he had a texture pack. And now I feel really stupid. But guys, I think that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Yes, there's a little bit of a wheat field out there, whatever, it's no big deal. In the next episode, I have these guys, adventure maps, woodland things, and then I don't know what the pathfinders are. Maybe those are just biomes. I don't know, but I have the maps for it. And I'm thinking we'll take a little bit of an adventuring party out and we'll go explore those things. And if we have time, guess who found out about the chocobos? Oh, slain by a kangaroo. I think it was Animus. Not only did he just die, but green chocobo. So, as it turns out, and as I understand it, oh, I don't have my book on me. Do they gotta, hold on, let's see if I can find their book. Aha, there we go, Chocopedia. I got their book. I'm gonna borrow it for a second. So if we, yeah, look, this guy has sprint. Sprint is unlocked. Now I don't know if it does anything. He doesn't have a saddle on him, so I guess we're not gonna find it. So who knows if sprint actually does anything? But as it turns out, I know this is supposed to be the end of the video, but I'm just so excited. We're gonna work on chocobos in the next episode. So I won't even get into it. If you want to find out what they did, I guess you're gonna come to the next episode, huh? Because we're gonna be figuring out how the heck did they get a green chocobo? I literally spent like 12 hours in a test world and I could not get any chocobos to breed any colors at all. So we're gonna find out. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.